Hello everyone. I got this idea last night to build some kind of laptop case that's angled and is a little bit more ergonomic. This is all for fun. So I slapped this together using some tape right here, as you can see, and some wood from Daiso. Now, here's the Daiso's super cheap, by the way. And here's the measurements for the big backboard and the one underneath. So this one right here and this big backboard here. Here's the measurements and here's the price. 200 yen or 220 with tax. Now, got a Tamagotchi here, which may bring some nostalgia back to you guys. But everything else cost 100 yen. So this board here and this board here, 100 yen, 100 yen. This was 100 yen as well. And so this isn't gonna be a super expensive project, and I also don't foresee it to be lengthy or hard. Anyway, so this is the draft or basic version. I'm gonna try to turn this into something cool. I live in Japan, and I thought, how can I, turn this into some sort of cool Japanese project? Well, first off, I'm not gonna use any nails. It's all gonna be wood. May or may not use glue, but here I'm gonna use a wooden dowel as a hinge. I'm gonna cut it, you'll see when it's finished. And I'm gonna turn this into what they call a Torii gate. And I'm gonna put a picture of it up right now. Now those are typical across all of Japan, very traditional design, and it's gonna look pretty cool if I'm imagining it correctly. So here is a quick little demonstration of what I'm trying to do with this briefcase looking thing. So I close up my laptop after a day, and I got my hinges. This is all taped up, mind you. And this closes over top, and there'll be a handle of some sort here, which is probably gonna be the Torii roof. This is gonna lock up somehow so it doesn't open up randomly. Now, I've got some plans drawn up. They're not super detailed, but they're all right. So here we go. We got our basic form here. This is exactly what you just saw with the exception of the hinges. And then we've got our right side view and our left side view. And this is what the current back looks like. Now I've only drawn up to the conception of the front. So here it is. This is what I'm gonna call the Torii form of it. And this is your Torii gate top here, the roof essentially. These are columns. Here's gonna be how I'm gonna do the hinges. Some timber workers, when they cut down logs and stuff, they use the technique with the chainsaw to make it like slotted, and then it hinges from that. And that's what I'm gonna do with the dowels. I'm gonna put a dowel through here, and there's gonna be cuts in the wood to make that work. Got my front here as well. And then there's gonna be some wedges sticking into this column and this column so that this board is nice and secure, and then there will be a back wall here as well. So without further ado, let's start building. So I've got a Japanese hand plane here, and I'm gonna start by making these into columns, these two here. So let's see how it goes, shall we? So first I'm just gonna choose an angle and slice. All right, that may be a little too fine. I'm gonna go a little extra here. Give this a little tap. Lock it in place. It's a big old hammer. Anyway, let's see how that does. Oops, sorry about that, camera. All right, so we've got a nice, decent sized chunk here. Let's try to go a little faster. Okay, good. Now, oh boy, this might take a while, so I'm gonna do a time lapse instead. All right, so after a little mountain of shavings was developed, I managed to cut one down pretty good. So this is what the regular one looks like. And this is the cut down one. So you can see I removed quite a bit of material. It's still not quite round, but that's okay. I will be getting it round, but it was taking quite some time. So here's the Japanese hand plane for comparison in size, I guess. That was a fun little project so far. So great start. Why am I not using power tools or some other method or just round blanks? I think that takes away from some of the fun of it. So yeah, let's keep going. Okay, so this is my current progress on the 2 columns for the Torii. Now I was using mainly just my Japanese hand plane here. And I did use a little bit of Japanese chisel here, but I realized my flaw when I put a stop cut here and worked my way up, because technically I need this entire thing to be round with the and I want it to extend to the back as well, for it to be a proper Torii gate. So I'm going to introduce you guys to this new tool that I have recently been introduced to. And this is called a kama, I think. It's either kama or kana. Anyway, it's a hand scythe of sorts. And it's used in like yard work mostly. But I found it's very useful as like a draw knife of sorts. Now I'm not going to use it like this, but I'm going to clamp this piece of wood down with those things that I just dropped that you heard in the background. And I'll show you what I mean. This is just for demonstration purposes. I'll probably have to do a lot of this off camera just because of the angle and the shake of the camera, but if you can see this, let me back you up a little bit and turn you this way a little bit more. There we go. All right, hope that didn't mess with it too much, but essentially put my hand on it like this, take a nice little try here, and it goes real smooth. It's got a good angle on it, bites down real good, and this will make short work of what I'm trying to do instead of what I was doing before. I thought the hand plane would be able to do it much quicker, but this is just too good of a tool for this job. So yeah, I got you guys on my kitchen table because I don't have a proper working area at the moment, but this will have to do for now. Anyway, once I get you guys off camera, I can do this a lot less safely and, and hopefully not injure myself really well. But anyway, I'm gonna switch off the camera now, but hopefully it's not too bad. All right, I got a decent setup going on here. This seems to be pretty good. So I can show you guys how this thing works a little bit better. So what I've done is I've wedged this stuff together. This is basically the best thing I can come up with for now. But this should be able to show you guys a little bit more how useful this kana is with shaving down material. Now this is me just going by super lightly. This isn't me going hard or anything like that. Like this is straight out the factory too. Like this is how sharp it is in the market over here. Got this at Make Man. It's like the Japanese Home Depot, and you can get stuff like this for maybe or this particular one was only like 2,000 yen, which is like $14. But yeah, so I've just rotated this. This setup's allowing me to do some pretty quick adjustments if I need to, while still maintaining it pretty decently. But yeah, this essentially is working just like a draw knife. I have some Japanese coworkers. They saw me doing a project. I was building a Millennium Falcon, and or sorry, it wasn't my Millennium Falcon. It was my wizard staff, and I was working on that for a while at the shop, and they were like trying to help me. They were pretty excited about it, and they ended up watching me like use my hand plane or my chisel or something or a knife to try to cut this big old staff down, and they eventually I guess got tired of watching me struggle. And they were like, they just handed me this thing. Also, it's very interchangeable. Notice I just switched hands without any issues. Really nice tool. Highly recommend getting one if you can. You can probably even order these on Amazon, to be fair. Amazon has a little bit of everything. The only problem I'm running into right now is just this handle is touching the tabletop. So this essentially is like a mini Star Wars, the setup I have right now. And it's working really well, actually. Now, if only my table was heavier, like a proper workbench. I've also got an angle. I've got to like put pressure on it with my feet on the table so it doesn't push back. But as you can see, this is making short work of a lot of work that could be happening elsewhere. Halfway mark's just gonna have to stay there for now. But yeah, essentially this to this all on camera. Not bad. Relatively round. Now I'm gonna turn on or work on the next one. So another use for the kana is upside down backwards. It looks a little crazy, but it works really well. And I need to trim this down a little bit because I only have a 20mm drill spade. So I'm just trimming off the top to get that down to what I need. Nothing too crazy. Pretty fast work, to be fair. Super useful. Be right back with the piece. So, is it a perfect fit? Not even a little bit. If I had taken more time, sure. But does it fit? Yes. And can I knock it in with a hammer? Sure. Is it straight? No. And that is something I have just now learned. So, need to be more careful with my measurements. Actually, I haven't really been measuring at all, but this is still a pretty good fit, to be fair. No, not too much wobble. What I'm going to do to fix that is probably put like a little tiny wedge in here and have it protruding a little bit, and then just pop this in a couple times, and it should expand the wood and make it stick real nice and easy. I can slap some glue in there, and this thing is not going anywhere at all after it's dried. But yeah, good fit so far. On to the next hole, right about there. All right, got this plane. I think I got it in Korea, and never really used it. I mean, I just tried a couple of times on this, so just setting the plane and stuff like that. So let's see how it goes. So I'm smoothing this out for the top of the Torii. All right, so I've been working on this for 2 days now, maybe 3, but I keep making a mess and feeling bad about it. But I'm finally at a point that I'm somewhat happy. This part right here is a little weird, but I kind of like it. It's a unique experience. I'm trying to make a Torii laptop case. So Torii gate for particular. Anyway, so pull this up. And that's where my laptop goes. And there's the little Torii gate part. Anyway, a Torii gate is like a spiritual entrance. And I thought, you know, what cooler spiritual entrance
nowadays than a laptop. But still not finished. I got paint and probably sand a little bit more, but I'm having a good time. Actually, I was quite frustrated several times. Anyway, that's it for now. Pretty sweet though. I'll close it back up. Let's just use my foot. And yeah, little side profile. Whoops, little side profile here. Not bad.
Right, and here's the final product. I know I stopped filming quite a bit, but there was a lot of progress in here. I have some features I need to show you guys. So I've installed this latch, which did include some screws. Cost me maybe an extra 100 yen. And I've got this nice little slot here I can put like documents in or whatnot. And now it's ready for deployment. Oh, I guess I should carry this first so you can see how it holds. I know these aren't the typical way that Torii gates should have their wedges, but it was a unique experience for me and I didn't have exactly what I needed, so I had to adapt. Anyway, here it is deploying right now. Okay, so you lay it down, finger this area here to unlock the latch, pop this up. There's some magnets back here inside this back wall here to hold it up, and over here as well. There's the hinges. As I mentioned before, still the same. And that's what it looks like. I have some stickers here from Daiso as well. These are cherry blossom leaves and some stars and moons to kind of, you know, highlight some of the spiritualism or majesty behind it all. So now I open up my laptop. There we go. And I'm currently making the video right now. So I realized at the end, I don't have any way to kind of recap it. So if you guys enjoyed this, if you would like to see more, let me know. I'm not relatively new to woodworking, but I also don't have a whole lot of experience with video editing and stuff. But I enjoyed this build. I had a great time. And let me just close this to show you guys how it closes. And I'd be happy to make some more videos with some creative ideas. And it fits perfectly. Now this was brown paint and red paint. I don't know exactly what type. It's all Japanese style or Japanese text, so my translations aren't the best. And then I finished it off with some wax on the outside, about 2 coats of wax. And it looks fantastic. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And let me know if you want me to make more of these. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what your favorite feature was. Let me know what my goofiest moments were. Whatever you got, I'm willing to take it. And let me know if you have some ideas for some builds that you'd like me to do. Anyway, thank you so much. Peace.